8 Stoic truths that will rewire your mind. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or becoming cold to the world. It is about seeing reality clearly, freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering, and reclaiming control over your inner life. In today's world, most mental exhaustion doesn't come from events themselves, but from how we interpret them. The ancient Stoics understood this centuries ago. This video is a deep, unfiltered exploration of 8 Stoic truths that, when practiced consistently, can permanently change how you think, react, and live. These truths are uncomfortable, sometimes confronting, but incredibly liberating. Listen slowly, reflect deeply, and allow these ideas to challenge the way your mind currently works. 1. You control your judgments. Not evidences. The Stoics believe that people are not disturbed by things themselves, but by the meaning they attach to those things. An insult, a failure, a loss, none of these automatically cause suffering. Suffering begins when the mind labels them as unbearable, unfair, or personal attacks. This truth rewires your mind by shifting your focus inward. When something goes wrong, the Stoic does not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but instead asks, "What judgment am I making right now?" Once you realize that your reactions are choices, not reflexes, you reclaim power. You stop being emotionally dragged by circumstances and begin responding with clarity, instead of impulse. 2. Most of your fears never exist. In Aurelius' way, Stoicism teaches that anxiety lives almost entirely in the future, while regret lives in the past. Yet, life only exists in the present. The mind exaggerates imagined outcomes and treats them as real threats. The Stoics warned against pre-suffering, the habit of mentally experiencing pain that may never occur. By training yourself to focus only on what is actually happening right now, you weaken fear's grip. This truth rewires your mind by separating real danger from imagined disaster. Over time, your nervous system learns that uncertainty does not equal catastrophe, and your mind becomes calmer, sharper, and more resilient. 3. Your time is your most non-renewable resource. The Stoics viewed wasted time as a form of self-betrayal. Money can be recovered. Status can change. Time, once gone, is gone forever. Most people live as if they have unlimited tomorrows, tolerating toxic habits, draining relationships, and meaningless distractions. Stoicism forces you to confront mortality, not morbidly, but honestly. When you truly accept that your time is limited, you stop postponing courage, discipline, and self-respect. This truth rewires your priorities. You become less reactive, less petty, and more intentional about where your attention goes. 4. Discomfort is the price of inner freedom. Stoics intentionally practice discomfort. Cold exposure, simple food, physical exertion, not to suffer, but to remove fear of suffering. Modern life trains us to avoid discomfort at all costs, yet avoidance weakens the mind. Stoicism teaches that voluntary discomfort builds unshakable confidence. When you willingly face difficulty, your brain learns that discomfort is survivable, temporary, and often necessary for growth. This truth rewires your relationship with pain. Instead of seeing discomfort as a signal to retreat, you begin to see it as evidence that you are expanding beyond old limitations. 5. You are not entitled to control other people. One of the greatest sources of frustration is the expectation that others should think, behave, or feel the way we want them to. Stoicism dismantles this illusion. Other people's actions belong to them, not to you. The moment you release the need to control others, your emotional burden lightens. This truth rewires your mind by redirecting energy away from resentment and towards self-mastery. You stop wasting mental space on things beyond your influence and start refining your own character, which is the only thing you truly own. 6. You are. Character matters more than your reputation. The Stoics believed that living virtuously was more important than being liked, praised, or admired. Reputation is external and unstable, It can change overnight based on rumor or misunderstanding. Character, however, is internal and lasting. When you anchor your self-worth and reputation, you become fragile and dependent on approval. This truth rewires your identity. You begin measuring success not by applause, but by integrity. You act according to your values even when no one is watching, and this creates deep, unshakable self-respect. 7. Everything you love is temporal. Rewire Stoicism does not ask you to love less. Asks you to love without attachment. Everything in life is borrowed: people, health, comfort, success. Loss is not a malfunction of life, it is a feature of it. By accepting impermanence, you reduce suffering without reducing gratitude. This truth rewires your emotional resilience. Instead of clinging in fear, you appreciate more deeply. Instead of collapsing when something ends, you endure with grace. You learn to say, "I was fortunate to have this," rather than, "I can't live without this." 8. Your daily habits shape your destiny. Why the Stoics understood that greatness is not built through dramatic moments, but through ordinary, repeated actions. How you speak to yourself, how you respond to setbacks, how you spend idle moments, these shape your character over time. This truth rewires your mind by shifting focus from motivation to discipline. You stop waiting to feel ready and start acting according to principles. Over weeks and months, these small Stoic choices compound into mental clarity, emotional stability, and quiet strength. The Stoic mindset is a practice, not a philosophy. Stoicism is not something you understand once and master forever. It is a daily discipline, a way of meeting life as it is, not as you wish it to be. These 8 truths are tools, not rules. The more consistently you apply them, the more your mind rewires itself toward calm, resilience, and wisdom. You will still feel emotions, but they will no longer control you. You will still face hardship, but it will not break you. The Stoic path is not easy, but it is freeing.